Alrighty. Guess what, guys? We got the return of John Pudding! Yeah! Oh, it's perfectly soggy. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Alright, so, very excited right now, because we got a new second week of the block, right? But I made some evaluations and decided that it was probably a good idea that I switch splits. So I'm starting a new split. It's almost entirely different. Previously, I have been doing comp bench twice a week, really heavy. Well, not like insanely heavy, but it's comp bench and it's heavy. So between RP 7 and 8.5, around there. So yeah, and I did that twice a week on top of doing either close grip bench, or incline bench. So I've been doing a lot of volume, and I calculated for squat, bench, and deadlift what my MRV and MAV and MEV are. MEV is your minimum effective volume. So if it's kind of like a graph, the least amount of work you can do is your minimum effective volume to get some stimulus. The sweet spot where you want to be is the MAV, which is your I think it's your maximum adaptive volume, so like where you want to be. And then at the other side is MRV, which is your maximum recoverable volume. I'm not sure if MAV is actually not maximum or something else, but it's not, recovery. So the whole point is either you want to be between doing enough to get stimulus and between not doing too much and getting a lot of fatigue and building the junk volume, getting hurt, all the negative things. So I calculated kind of roughly because I've been tracking my past workouts, and off of doing that I was able to calculate my numbers for that. Because, okay, my goal in doing this is so I didn't have to squat and deadlift on the same day, because I've been running basically an upper-lower 4 days a week with the rest in between. That's what I've been doing for like the past 6-7 months, which has been working. And it gave me the ability to go really hard on those 4 days on those specific things. Because what I've learned, for me at least, is if I'm doing upper and lower on the same day, I tend to go really hard on both. And then if I try to split it throughout the week, it doesn't work very well. So I'm going to try and take this new program that I built, as written, as prescribed, try and make sure I'm actually hitting those percentages, those RPEs, consistently throughout the week, so I'm able to still hit good numbers, still feel recovered, and get more volume and more strength overall, net positive. So yeah. So with that being said, basically my new split, the way it works, is today is the big squat session. So for today's session specifically, I'm planning on hitting a quad top 4. My top set will be at RPE 8 for 4, and then I'll do back offs at like 77% for 5. So what I'm thinking I'll do is I'm really hoping I'm going to load up 3. I'm going to warm up, and I want to make the last warm up probably like 345. See how that feels, really try and attack that. If it feels good enough, I might go 360 for 4, because at last block I did 360 for 3. Felt almost like RPE 7.5, so I feel like I could bump that up by 0.5 and get to that RPE 8 and do 4 instead of 3. So I really would like to do 360 for 3. That would make, 360 for 4, sorry. That would make me very happy. So that is the goal for today. And then I got bench today as well. Get some bench volume in, not anything crazy, not going to be top setting, but I'll be doing just a light 3x6 at 75%, kind of just more skill work. If I want to do tempo bench, I might do that, but I also have that planned for later in the week. And then I got, I'm going to try and do split squats. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but I want to be able to do a lower accessory. I've never tried it with a barbell before, so we'll see how that goes. And then another couple upper accessories, very minor stuff like cable lateral raises or tricep push downs, but not as super overloaded, probably with the rope, so it's not as heavy on my elbows. So yeah. And then tomorrow is our comp bench day, so I got my top set at 4, RP 8, pretty heavy, and then I got my deadlift kind of variation smaller day. You guys don't know this because I didn't update you, but I tried sumo last week on Friday, didn't get it recorded because I was not here. Did end up going better than I expected. I'm obviously not used to sumo at all, so my hips are kind of like, they were, I mean, they weren't annoyed, but they were just like, I could tell they were like kind of creaky on Saturday after doing that, and they were like, what is this new movement pattern? Because sumo is definitely more hip dominant rather than spinal erectors dominant, which is why I decided to switch over, at least for the time being, so you can see how that plays out. So yeah, I got pause sumo deadlift tomorrow. Never done that before, so see how that goes. Hoping to really just lock in that movement pattern, make sure I'm balanced, because that's the big thing about pause sumos that I've heard. It's really good for making sure you're not off balance, because if you have to pause, so if you are in a wrong position, hips too high, bad things, you will tip over, and so that's why I wanted to put that in there so I can get used to that, really knock that out. And then I got close grip bench just for some more accessory, probably not too heavy with that, or just some other, I might do incline bench either, just some sort of bench accessory variation. And then I got 2 more upper accessories, so probably just some back stuff, some pretty light stuff, really just get some volume and try and make sure I'm still trying to build a little bit of muscle at least while we're in the building phase. And then Wednesday I'm resting. Thursday, which is day 4, I'll be squatting for some volume at 3x5 at like 70%, so not anything crazy. And then I'll be doing tempo bench, 3x5 on that too at 70%, just some more volume and skill work since it's a tempo bench. And then I got front squats or split squats, so another lower accessory. I got a 2x8 to 10 on that, so like, you know, pretty light, RPE 6 to 7, somewhere around there. And then some more upper accessories, so that's kind of more of a volume day. And then Friday's the other big day, so I'll be doing my comp deadlift. And in this case, for this week, it'll be a triple at RPE 8, and then I'll do some back downs. And then I'll do another pretty big, pretty heavy bench. I'll do a double at 85%. And then I just got some lower accessories and 1 upper accessory. So I'm going to try that for this week, see how that goes. Probably going to end up adjusting things, but it's not going to be anything crazy, I don't think. I think I'm probably going to change some of those variations on bench, probably change some of the accessories I have written in here, probably add some more core stuff. But overall, this is kind of a way for me to be able to not deadlift and squat on the same day, because that is the big problem that I've been running into within the past couple months, is because I'm getting stronger to a point where now if I try to deadlift and squat on the same day, what I was doing is I would be like big squat, little deadlift, big deadlift, little squat, but I really do I need more squat volume than deadlift, so having those kind of be interchangeably, almost like in a sense that they're equal, this doesn't really work for me because I need to do less deadlift volume. Now I can do a little bit more because I'm doing sumo, but we'll see, I don't even know. But squat, I definitely need more volume overall than deadlift, so being able to just have kind of a more days that are more squat related rather than squat and deadlift, since I'm just, just blasting my whole lower body, is nice. So I'm able to, just diversify that over the week, probably get some more recovery overall, be more ready to do those top sets, work harder on those individual lifts, and more skill work too, so just getting better at the movement patterns. So yeah, pretty excited for that. Very excited for today. But I definitely talked a lot there because I had to make sure to figure, to explain all that. Also for this video, I'll probably film today's session, tomorrow's session, and Friday's session, and just upload those 3 in kind of one big video like I did with my last video. I probably won't film Thursday and Saturday because those are more like just kind of pretty, because those are more kind of just volume building days. It's not like really competitions. I don't think I'm doing any competition lifts on any of those days, on Thursday and Saturday, so I probably won't film those days, and I'll just upload today, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday session, because I'm doing comp squat today, comp bench tomorrow, and comp deadlift and bench on Friday. So yeah. Alright, let's get this party started. Yup. Yup. Push it. Push it. Yeah. All day, bro, I was thinking about that set, and I was like, I don't know, man. It seems possible, but I don't know if it's like gonna be at RP 8. I don't know if it's gonna be like really easy. I don't know how heavy the weight's gonna feel. But you know what? That was spectacular, dude. Felt those sticking points, so I know it was RP 8. And it was quick. It wasn't the quickest thing, it wasn't warm-ups quick, but dude, that felt good. That felt really good. Really focusing on those getting up and then decompressing, like letting go of the air as I'm walking out those 3 steps, making sure they're really, really good. Feel like I'm really solid, don't have to make any readjustments. Going in crazy, breathing back in, and bracing 360 degrees around my entire core, pressing out against the belt, acting like it's a cinder block, and then blasting in there and shooting back out. Let's go! How does pause work then? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know how that looked. I'm gonna edit this footage to be like, that was dog crap. But I don't know, I'm getting kind of used to it. This feels weird, man. Feels like it should be illegal. Hey. Alright, what's up guys? So, today we got a little special day of the week. We got a sumo deads and we'll see what I work up to. I have a number in mind and we'll see if it's comfortable, if it's good, depending. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see. We'll see. Life's good. Alright, I'm gonna get to the session. And John Pudding. We got John Pudding before the deadlifts. You know it's about to be good. Alright, well, yeah, that did not go as planned at all. So that last rep, I don't know if I was just going through things too quickly, if I just hadn't been doing warm-ups right, or what happened, but on that last rep, I lifted with my back way too much, and I tweaked it. So, not doing any more deadlifts. It's currently like an hour later, because it was so painful I had to go ice it for a little bit and reflect. Because, you know, stuff like this happens. Every single possible thing that you could think of went through my head. Well, not literally, but you get what I mean. And I was just thinking about, you know, the worst scenarios. And I was just mad at myself and, you know, being negative. I tried to, you know, stretch it out a little bit, made it worse. It's not as painful right now, but it's still pretty painful. I can't even bend over. Like, if I were to try and like tip forward right now, it would be excruciating. So I'm gonna bench. I'm gonna try to bench. Really hoping that this goes well, because my upper body feels great. I'm gonna try and do everything right, and take everything slow, and see if I can do some more upper body work, because, well, I wasn't able to deadlift, so I'll probably do some back work. Oh, and this callus also came off. Cool. Alright, well, that's a little silly. Well, I learned a lot today. So we're going to try and do some bench. Because, you know, ain't nothing stopping me from benching. I even just moved my leg there, hurt. And then probably do some back stuff. Upper back, obviously. So, yeah. Yeah. Man. Butt came off a little bit. It's fine. I'll lower it down to 260. Well, bench went well at least. Hit a PR. 265. Never benched that before, I don't think. So that's pretty cool. Still feel crappy, but I'm gonna try as much as I can to rehabilitate myself so that next week I can hopefully squat and deadlift. We'll see. I'm just gonna take it real slow, try and do as many things as I can to fix it so I can hit the last week and then deload like crazy so I can start this new strength block on a good note. Bench has been going extremely well. Squat has been going pretty well, and then deadlift, well, has not been going well. I was feeling really good on warm-ups because I felt like my technique was locked in and everything, and I was, doing really well. And then I think I just got too excited and didn't go through all the mental things I needed to when I went for my final warm-up at 365. And then I lifted too much with my back, and then I tweaked it, and then here we are. So I learned my lesson. I just need to make sure I'm more mindful during my workout, because if I'm not, I pay the price. So yeah, a little bit sad about that, but the nice thing is that it's not so bad to the point where I'm not walking, or I'm not able to lift anything, or I'm not able to even move. It's a pain where I really do think I can fix it after 2 days of resting, tomorrow and Sunday. I might be able to come back. And if worse comes to worse, if it still feels not quite right, up to par, on Monday I might just do just upper body, and then Tuesday I'll see if I can squat. And if worse comes to even worse, then I'll just do Monday's push, Tuesday pull. I won't do any squatting or deadlifting. I'll just hit back and by, which I've done before because my lower back was bad. Not this bad, but it was bad enough to do that. Or I don't know, maybe it was this bad. Maybe I'm just in the moment, So yeah, pretty crazy things. This week has been really good though. I'm very grateful for this week. Hit a good squat on Monday. Hit a good bench on Tuesday. Yesterday was a really good, just solid day overall. Didn't film any of it, but it was, just really solid work on squats. My technique feels like it's getting better. Bench, same thing. Today got a little wobbly. That first set, 265 for 2. My butt lifted on the second rep, which I usually have no trouble with my butt lifting off the bench. I'm usually very, locked in, but I think it's because of my lower back, since if I go too far like on the arch, or if I go too far in like leg drive, it hurts. So I was trying to like keep my like torso with my butt level, so as I went up, my butt went up a little bit. So yeah, I think it's just probably because my back is strained right now. But those sets went a lot better. I thought I was just gonna have to not work out today, and I was not happy. I'm still not happy, but at least I salvaged it a little bit. I got some bench in, and I'm going to do some more bench, just like hypertrophy stuff. Might do some tricep pushdowns, just stuff that doesn't require my lower back to be in use. And then I'm just going to go chill, try and get as much sleep as possible, and do some exercises to hopefully get some blood flowing in my back and heal it up a little bit. So heal it a lot, actually. So we're chilling for the final week. As far as fatigue goes, I feel fine. I feel like I'm starting to feel it, but it's not as bad as it usually is at the end of week 2, which is nice, which I think is the advantage of this new split. I don't think that me tweaking my back has any correlation with this. I think it's honestly just sumo, and introducing a new movement that I'm not used to, especially on deadlifts, is deadly in this case. And I think it's just difficult because I'm trying to get used to a new movement. I feel so strong in sumo. Because I'm just, I just feel like it's a really advantageous position, which is also why it's so controversial. But it's legal for now, so I'm doing it. At least I'm going to try and do it. And I want to stick through with this, because I think me injuring my back is kind of a sign Like previously I've had problems with sumo, like I felt uncomfortable and kind of like, you know, felt like I felt my hips a little bit too much, and I think that was kind of a, you know, foreshadowing, which now I understand, and I think now going forward I'm not gonna try and just, I'm not gonna be like, no more sumo for me because I tweaked my back. I think it's literally just a matter of me. I just need to be more mindful, need to lock in more. I just need to go through all the steps properly and not get what's the word? Not get cocky, not get overconfident. So, yeah, I just need to do that moving forward. So this has been a learning experience, so that's good. Comment, like, and subscribe. We are currently 12 weeks out. Pretty crazy stuff. And I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to say bye-bye, but I can't really, you know, I don't really want to walk up. Actually, I'm going to do it. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.